Zaun shows us that progress is not neutral. It enriches some, but it often destroys those at the bottom of the social pyramid. The environmental impact in Zaun is not just visual, it is visceral. For its inhabitants, toxic air and industrial waste are invisible enemies that claim lives every day. Without ethical boundaries, Zaun is a reflection of how greed and neglect can turn entire communities into sacrifice zones. In the depths of Zaun, life has never been easy. The streets are a maze of factories, makeshift contraptions, and a dense fog of toxic gases that hangs in the air, making breathing a difficult, almost impossible task. For the city's inhabitants, breathing is an act of survival, but also one of constant suffering. The gases emitted by the factories are invisible, but their consequences are devastating. Every breath of contaminated air is a battle against respiratory diseases, incessant coughing, and the feeling that the body is being corroded from the inside out. Children on the streets barely know how to play, because the heavy air is more of an enemy than a playground. They grow up with damaged lungs, never knowing what it's like to breathe clean air, already accustomed to the oppression of the smoke that fills every corner of Zaun. The people of Zaun have grown accustomed to the constant feeling of suffocation. Some, in their attempt to adapt to the city's relentless life, cover their faces with torn cloths, but there's no escape. They know that with each passing day, the invisible toxin in the air takes away a little more of their strength. The older ones, who have spent their lives working in the factories, have faces marked by misery and years of exposure to corrosive fumes. For them, Zaun is not just a city of innovation and progress, it is an invisible prison. The greed of the inventors and the lack of regulation from Piltover have allowed the city's air to become a poison, with no one caring about the price paid by the poorest. But the inhabitants have no choice. Some turn to the temporary escape offered by Shimmer, a drug that anesthetizes them against the pain of daily life. For others, the fight is constant, finding a bit of relief among broken machines and buildings that seem to swallow the city whole. But nothing is free, and everyone knows that each dose of Shimmer only drags them deeper into a spiral of destruction, in an endless cycle,